unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
Stadium for this afternoon's press conference ahead of our evening of boxing scheduled for Saturday, May the 12th. It's going to be live in the Premier Suites at the Macron Stadium, Bolton. It is going to be live on Channel 5 as well. Big bill of boxing brought to you by Mick Hennessy and Hennessy Sports. There'll be 12 fights on the bill, and it will have a main event for the first time, British heavyweight title fight on terrestrial TV in the UK for 7 years as well. Tickets are still available. All the £40 tickets have been sold. There's a few remaining tickets at £60 available. Tickets available at £80, and there's some ringside seats available for £100 as well. Tickets are available from eticketing.co.uk/BWFC, and there's also VIP and hospitality tickets available, priced at £159, available from the Bolton Whites Hotel. And in the £159 package, you have ringside seats, 3-course meal, an item of signed memorabilia, an evening meet and greet with a guest celebrity, and your ringside seats as well. So 12 bouts then on the card on the evening of Saturday, May the 12th. It'll feature the main event, the British heavyweight title. It'll be scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds of boxing. It'll also be the final eliminator for the Commonwealth heavyweight title fight as well. On the undercard, a very strong undercard put together by the team at Hennessy Sports. It'll feature the local talent of middleweight boxer Mark Jeffers from Chorley, with a fight record of 6 wins from 6 visits to the ring. Also on the undercard as well will feature Shabazz Massoud, Nathan Heaney, Luke Katche, Jake Barton from Southport, Rhys McMillan and George Brennan. A couple of highlights on the undercard as well will feature 2-time Olympian and the 2012 World Amateur Champion Savannah Marshall. She'll be making her second professional fight and her debut fight here in the UK as well. She'll be in the ring going glove to glove with Sanna Turunen from Finland, who brings an impressive 4-fight victory record to the UK. Also on the undercard, the exciting talent of Bexley Heath, super featherweight boxer Yusuf Safa. Great perfect record, 7 fights, 7 victories, with an impressive 4 finishing inside the scheduled distance. Also on the undercard as well is one of our members from the top table, the very unpredictable Peter McDonough. Peter's in action on the 12th in a super welterweight contest, 10 3-minute rounds of boxing with Davide Doria, who will be making his debut here in the UK as well. Also Mick Hennessy as well wants to display the talents of the exciting Yorkshireman from Leeds, 23-year-old Rhys Cartwright, who is the reigning IBF Youth World Middleweight Champion. 21 fights, 20 victories, an impressive 11 inside the scheduled distance. He has just 1 defeat on his record. Rhys is on the top table. We'll be grabbing a word with Rhys as well. Also on the top table as well, in the very centre, is Richard Maynard as well from Hennessy Sports. Richard, we'll throw to you first of all, Richard. A good night of boxing ahead from Mick Hennessy again. Another impressive lineup, another great headline fight, and of course, it's free to air on terrestrial TV on Channel 5 as well.
Yes, thank you everyone for coming along today. Absolutely delighted to be in Bolton for a fantastic night of boxing, headlined by Sam Sexton against Hughie Fury for the British Heavyweight Championship. Like Paul said, it's exclusively live on Channel 5. It's the first time the British Heavyweight title has been on terrestrial TV in nearly 7 years. So for these 2 guys to come on there, it's going to be an explosive night of boxing, backed up with a sensational undercard, which Paul has just mentioned, and the talents on this table. So yeah, we're certainly delighted to be back here. I'd like to thank the BWFC for all their help in putting the big night together, and we're looking for a very strong support from all the fans in Bolton for a special night and for many more special nights in the future.
Thank you, Richard. What we'll do now is we'll take each member of the top table in turn. We'll get a couple of questions from myself. If any of the press would like to ask a question there afterwards, then feel free to, please. As we look at the top table on the very far right hand side, sat there very proudly behind his belt as well, he's the reigning IBF Youth World Middleweight Champion. He's only 23 years old, he's from Leeds, and he's Rhys Cartwright. Rhys, afternoon, welcome. Mick's wanting to display your talents on terrestrial TV. You've got a great belt in front of you. Must be exciting times for you.
Yeah, it is exciting times, very exciting times. I'd like to thank Mick for this opportunity and Peter for work I've been doing with him lately. And I'm looking forward to showcasing the talent on it myself. I can't wait. I mean, a few weeks ago I had nothing coming up, and I was just training, just keeping fit, waiting. And then Friday I got notice of this, and it's just massive. So I'm looking forward to showing everyone what I can do.
Peter, you've obviously been very instrumental in bringing Reese to the table for the May the 12th bill. What do you see in this young man?
I see he's got plenty of guts. He's got a fighting heart with him. He's got a very awkward, pressure style. So I said to Mick, I said, look, take a look at this kid. I said he's an impressive. I said somebody that the fight fans will like. You know, he's an all grit kind of a character, no nonsense. Puts me in a bit of the mind of an old-time school fighter, you know. So he's a good addition to the bill. So obviously Mick said, we'll take a look at him, and here he is.
Just describe yourself, Reese. Just describe yourself as a fighter. What do you bring to the table for us?
I like to box. I like to work behind my jab and keep it clean. But you know, when times get gritted out, and people get on your chest and start trying to fight you. So not less you can do other than fight them, is there? So you know, I like to give fans what they want, and who don't want to see a good tear up? You know, everyone likes to see a good tear up, don't they? So if it comes to it, I have to have a tear up.
That's just what we like to hear as well. Well done, Reese. Well, Reese, great to meet you. You're obviously very proud, sat there behind your title. We look forward to seeing you on the 12th and displaying your talents live on terrestrial TV.
I look forward to showing to it, thank you.
Savannah, we'll move round to you, Savannah. Your professional career started in Las Vegas, of all places, at the T-Mobile Arena on the undercard of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Your professional career, it doesn't really start much higher than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. Peter actually trained me for my debut, so I was over in America for about 4 months. Didn't really work out for me, so I came back, went straight back to Peter, asked if he'd carry on training me, and he agreed. So I'm really grateful to Peter for the work he's put in, and also to Mick for getting me on the show.
Fantastic. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. 2 times Olympian as well. You're the 2012 World Amateur Champion as well. You're full of pedigree ahead of that 12th anyway. So just tell us a bit about yourself.
I've been amateur for 15 years. After the Rio Olympics, I was contemplating on jacking in. But I started a bit of love for the sport, so I thought, you know, there's the likes of Nicola Adams, Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron, all turned over. So I thought I'll give it a little go, see how it goes. And obviously, women's boxing, female boxing, on a high at the moment as well. It's on the crest of a wave and it's growing as well. Great to be part of that female scene in boxing as well. Yeah, definitely. It's got to the point now where there's a female bout on every big show at the minute. So it's all the rage.
And ambition-wise from now, you said you thought about packing it in. The ambition's been rejuvenated. Where do you see this going in the next couple of years?
I'm really enjoying it at the moment, so at the minute everything's a bonus. But I'm hoping to start picking up titles next year, get a few good wins this year and then move on to bigger things. We wish you all the best for the 12th as well. Lovely to meet you, and good luck on the bill on May the 12th. Moving on now to the very unpredictable man on your right-hand side, the very lovable character, the man who always brings surprises to press conferences, weigh-ins and also fight nights as well. A man who we've had the pleasure of introducing on a number of Hennessy shows, the one and only Peter McDonough. Peter, afternoon.
How you doing?
Doing very good, mate. And you're back on the show on the 12th as well. The German opponent for you, it's his debut in the UK as well. What's lying ahead for you? What do you know about him?
Yeah, it's an hard fight. Very tough. He just lost on points to number 5 in the world in a tough fight. So it's going to be an hard fight come May the 12th. But the Cinderella man's going to come victorious.
You had a cracking fight back in September, Peter, at the Manchester Arena with Shane Singleton. Maybe some of the pundits didn't really favour you ahead of that one. It was fireworks at the weigh-in. Great fight for you, and a great fight that night that one for you as well in Manchester.
Yeah, it was a great night. Peter put me through my paces. We worked very hard in camp. You know, I lived it hard. Obviously, got the 8-month band after it, so I had to sit out. But went through hard times while I had the 8-month band. But Peter just said to me, stay in the gym, keep training, and get back. I'm 40 years old now, so do you know what I mean? I've got to collect my pension every Monday. So no, I'm ready. I'm ready for May the 12th, and just want to get that one out of the way and move on to the next one.
That was going to be my next question as well. You obviously received an 8-month ban straight after that fight in September. You was sort of knocking on the door of a 40-year-old then. Did you think you was going to make a comeback after the 8 months? And how have you spent that 8 months?
Well, the first 3 months of it, I drank loads of Guinness. After 3 months, I got back in the gym. Peter said, liven yourself up if you want to carry on boxing. We said we're gonna get you out. We're gonna hopefully get your ban lifted, which we got 11 days off thanks to the British Boxing Board of Control. At the end of the day, I'm a person to look up to for kids, so you got to take bans, and you got to take things on the chin, and it's made me come back a stronger fighter. And what it has made me do is grow up. I've grown up at 40 years old. I'm stopped wearing them silly suits, wearing proper suits now. You know, and it's all business now, and I mean business, and you know, get this one out, May the 12th out of the way, hopefully for a title, get this out of the way, and then look at July. I'm going to be world champion at the end of this year, I guarantee you.
Well, you've just taken my next question right off me. At 40 years old, where do you see it going for yourself now, Peter?
Listen, there's no film, is there, if I don't become world champion? So I've got to become world champion, then we can make a film. Yeah.
That'll be a great story for us. Welcome back to professional boxing anyway. Good luck on May the 12th, and thank you, Peter McDonough.
Thank you.
Moving on to our main event then, guys. Peter, if we can start with you, please, as father and trainer of Hughie. Obviously, didn't go according to plan in September. How do you pick your man up after that?
We're not looking at that as a loss, we're looking at that as outside politics, so there's nothing to pick up from. He's still learning, you know, he's 23, he's on his 23rd birthday, so for us, you know, what's to pick up from? He'd done the 12 rounds, showed he can take a shot, handled the pressure, and for us he was 4 or 5 rounds ahead, so, you know, we can't have politics in boxing, so there's nothing to get up from.
And a good step going back into the ring straight away for a title fight as well.
Yeah, it is, and people never underestimate a British title fight. Can you tell me any heavyweight British title fight that wasn't heavily contested over the years? Let's go back in history. You know, Sam's ready, he can fight, he's determined, wants to hang on to his belt. This will be a good fight. People can underestimate it and say, oh, dropping down. Let me tell you, every title fight, every fight's a world title fight. Every fight's got to be taken very seriously. So, you know, we're not overlooking Sam, especially his trainer. He's got a top training camp, top people behind him. So we're looking for a good fight, putting on a good fight for the fans as well, and making the British title what it is. It's a worthy belt, so it's going to be a top contested fight against, I've got to say, 2 nice fellows of boxing, because that's what I see.
And straight after September, Peter, was it a holiday then? Was it a quick break, or was it just mindset, getting that win back on track as well?
Well, it was a holiday for me, but I said to you, you can't have one. I said, you dropped the results, so you better stay in the gym. So that's the answer.
And how's he been to train then since? Did he do any damage to him mentally after the defeat? It was his first defeat, of course.
Well, now you're repeating the same question which I've just answered. But let me just say this to you, there's nothing to be down, negative about. We can't help outside forces in boxing. Like I said, the Ring magazine, the Holy Grail of boxing, had him 4 or 5 rounds ahead. So, you know, we know what happened in that fight, we know what happened outside of it. So we're moving on and looking for the next fight. So here we are.
And Hughie, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Can't wait now for the fight. I'm excited to get back in the ring. Like I said, I've been in camp basically just training all over Christmas, just working on the mistakes what I've never done, and just perfected the game.
You're very well travelled, Hughie, aren't you? You've boxed in Canada, you've boxed in New York, you've been Monte Carlo, Wembley, back in the Greater Manchester area as well. Always means a lot to fight pretty much on home territory.
Yeah, it is. It means a lot to fight, especially in my own back garden as well, here in Bolton. This is where our training camp's based out of, so it's going to be a nice event, especially for the British title as well.
Do you think it's a dangerous first fight back for 2018 after the events of September last year?
Every fight's dangerous. You're in the heavyweight division. You've always got to keep your eye on the ball, and this is a good fight. Fair play to Sam Sexton. He was the only one who would take the fight. We offered the fight to a good few people, and they all turned it down. So you've got to give credit where it's due. Sam Sexton took the fight.
And how's camp been as well? Are you ready for this one now, Hughie?
Yeah, camp, it's been good. It's been hard. And like you said, this camp, every single camp we go in is a world title fight. We don't take anything easy, and we don't take Sam very lightly. We've trained extremely hard, like it is a world title fight. Every fight is to the limits. We train hard, guts, sweat, blood and tears in there. So nothing's left behind. And this time behind, I'm feeling the best, and my body's even better, and you're going to see a big difference on May 12th.
I love watching your social media. You're very, very professional. You just get your head down, you get on with the job. The training's fantastic as well. You're very well travelled, 21 fights, 20 wins as well. Back to winning ways then. What do you know about Sam? What have you studied about Sam? Are you going to change anything, alter anything at all about your own game plan?
You're going to see on May the 12th, and you're going to see a different Hughie Fury. I'm not going to give nothing out, but it's going to be an exciting night, that's all I can say.
Good luck on May the 12th, Hughie. Hope it's a safe one
much.
for you. Moving on to the Champions Camp, the reigning British Heavyweight Champion. We're going to start with you, Graham.
Yep.
You obviously, Graham, know your man inside out. You've been trainer to Sam for over 20 years. Tell us about your man.
I'll be honest, I think Sam has possibly underachieved earlier in his career. He's now won what he should have won when he beat Gary Cornish. It's lifted him as a fighter. He's very happy in his personal life. You know, we know there was problems obviously when he lost his mum and all that sort of stuff. You know, a lot of bad things happened at the wrong time. But then, you know, that's then. This is now. Like Hughie, he trains really hard. This camp has been very good, and he'll be ready. He's more than ready.
Dangerous fight for Sam as well.
Of course, but listen, Sam Sexton, when he beat Gary Cornish, all of a sudden became the most popular heavyweight in Britain. My phone did not stop. He wasn't really interested in fighting a novice, be him a good amateur or not. He wasn't really interested in fighting an internet fighter. Although they were sort of offering decent money and stuff like that. As soon as I mentioned Hughie, that's the fight he wanted. He wants a good fight against good fighters. Hughie's world class. So at 33 years old, Sam has got Sam wants to test himself against the best. It's obviously a fight that he believes he can win. We all believe we can win, but we wouldn't be there if we didn't think. You know, when I got the phone call off Mick Hennessy, it took a matter of days between myself, Mick, Peter to sort everything out. It's a great fight, and being back on Channel 5 makes the icing on the cake.
And if Sam is successful on the defence of his title on May the 12th, what's the future hold there? What do you see for the next sort of 12, 24 months for him?
Well, hopefully this will be like an Indian summer, like John Thaxton when he signed up with Mick Hennessy, won the British title against one of his fighters. He then went on to defend it, won the European title, and that was a great 2-3 year period of his career. So listen, we all talk about, the question was asked about defeat. Every especially at Sam's age, possibly his next defeat is the end of him. You know, he will never go on as a punch bag. He will never go on as a journeyman. So, you know, this is every fight now is massive for Sam. You know, and this is. But he wants the good fights. Like I say, he could have took a lot easier fights than this, but this is the fight he wanted.
And now moving on to you, Sam, the reigning British Heavyweight Champion. It's a belt which you've held since the 6th of October. You've had a great career, just 3 defeats, which are very credible defeats as well. 2 to Derek Chisora, 1 to David Price. You must be sat very pretty now as the reigning British Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, those losses were just accidents anyway. I don't count those losses. They were accidents. Yeah, but it's good. I mean, like Graham said, we wanted the big fight. Hughie's the biggest name out there at the moment for me. He's going to get me where I want to be, you know. So that's why we took the fight. There was easier fights there to be had. But what's the point? You know, I'm no spring chicken anymore. I'm getting on a bit in boxing terms. I'll be 34 soon. You know, so this is what we wanted.
9. Maybe you turn your mic up, mate. You turn it right down. 9 fights now since defeat. Hughie in front of you now. Are you going to alter anything about your style with this defence, what you have on May the 12th?
No, I'm just going to do what I always do. You know, I mean, Hughie's a good fighter. I mean, I watch him. He's obviously watched me. We know what each other's about. You know, at the end of the day, we're both two men getting in there on the night, and it's going to, you know, and the best man's going to win. That's all there is to it. There's no. I've never been one to talk shit. I'm not a shit talker. Excuse my French. You know, I'm respectful. These guys are both respectful too, so there's no need for that. So all we can do is May 12th, we'll get in there and we'll see what happens.
For the first time for you as well on terrestrial TV?
Yeah, terrestrial TV, which is great again, because the Joe public get to see boxing. You know, if you're not even into boxing, you turn on the TV and you see two heavyweights slugging it out, you're going to stay tuned in. And I think it's just great for everyone to get the chance to see it.
So once again, everybody, tickets are still available. There are a number of tickets available at £60, £80 and some ringside tickets available for £100 as well. Live on Channel 5 Saturday, May the 12th. Just before we throw it to the audience, would anyone from the top table like to add any further comments at all?
Yeah. I just want to say, whoever done the posters, they just made us both look really good, haven't they? I think that's probably the best poster I've ever been in, so nice one, you made me look pretty for once. Well done, Vic, well done, Vic, that's it.
We wouldn't say that you didn't look pretty anyway, so don't worry about that, Sam. Right then, any questions from any members of the audience, what you'd like to put to anyone on the top table?
Sam, if you don't mind. Hughie's quite a tall lad. You, in sparring in Norwich, been able to replicate what Hughie might bring us?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we've had sparring partners in who were tall and rangy as well. Kind of replicate the style as much as we can. But then again, which Hughie's going to tell, is he going to be the same as he always fights, or is he going to be different? You can never tell until you get in there and you get your first punch on the chin. You don't know what's going to happen.
And there's 10 years between you. Do you think that counts, or do you that wipes off once you step in the ring?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. Age is just a number. I mean, I do feel I've got a lot of experience. Like I said, you would say I might be a veteran of the game already. Some people think I'm about 45 because I've been around so long. But I promise you, I'm 33 years old. But yeah, it's just a number.
And a lot of that time you've spent with Graham, the old Kickstop gym, and now where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an incredible relationship. What, 20 years?
20, getting on for
Do you
21
ever get
years.
fed up with each other?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. He does my heading sometimes, I do his heading, but you know, he's kept me on the straight and narrow. Could have gone the wrong way in life a few times, outside the ring, and he's just been a constant kick up the arse, you know. So it's been good. That's about right, isn't it, Graham?
True.
Yeah.
True.
And you're here in Bolton, but you're a fairly good away player, aren't you? Got the big nights in Belfast, the most recent in Edinburgh. The away days don't really faze you.
No, I mean, it is what it is. It's two men in the ring. You can't fight the crowd. You know, they're not in there with you. It's just a ring, two men in there who's going to fight. And it's never bothered me being away. If anything, there's just a lot less pressure, you know.
And presumably, do you think there's more pressure on you as the home fighter?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Of course, there's a lot more pressure on you, yeah.
Anyone else? Any further questions from the audience, front row?
Hughie, I know you thought you won the fight against Joseph Parker, whatever the case may be, you didn't get the result. With that in mind, does that affect the way you box this time around, where you try to be more, maybe hold the centre of the ring, be more aggressive? Does that affect how you think about coming into this fight?
There was a lot of things what I never done in that fight. I was out the ring for 2 years. It was my first fight coming back. But like I said, I'm not going to give too much away. You'll see on the night, on the 12th of May, who turns up.
What do you think about that Lonsdale title? Because you was quite unfortunate you didn't get a chance to have a crack at the Lonsdale before moving to world level. What do you think of that belt?
Yeah, it's a good bout to have. All greats have seemed to have the British title, and it's a nice, worthy bout to have. So it's going to be one to add to the collection. Get this one move forward.
As Paul said, first time that the Lonsdale title is going to be contested in 7 years on terrestrial TV. Do you think this fight can live up to that billing?
Yeah, 100%. You've got 2 hungry fighters in here, like you said. He's last. If he wants this more than anything, he's going to give it. He's all. I'm going to give it my all. So you've got 2 fighters in there who want it more than anything.
I've got a question for Reece, please. We caught up with you not long ago, yourself and Rick, and you didn't know what was happening. You were perhaps a little bit frustrated. You've got this great opportunity now, live on TV. How do you sort of intend to use that platform now to really push on and announce yourself on the stage?
I'm working with, Peter basically got me on this show, and Mick Hennessy give me a chance to show my skills on this show, so I'm going to get out there, I'm going to show everyone what I can do, and hopefully when everyone watches Channel 5 or wherever it's going to be shown and sees me box on the night, they're going to want to see me more. I can guarantee they're going to want to see me more because I'm a fighter and I'm exciting, and people like seeing me fight, so hopefully, I'll get more shots after this, and hopefully I can jump onto Team Hennessy and wear their t-shirts, so I'm looking forward to the future with them.
Cheers.
Anyone else, any questions for any members of the top table? Well guys, it's obviously the main event. Sam, Hughie, messages to each other's guys. Have you face to face to say what you think's going to happen on the night, or you think you're going to do to each other? How are you going to win? How are you going to win, Hughie? How are you going to win, Sam?
Trying to turn some trouble in, isn't he?
Yeah.
Remember my
Basically, like I said before, yeah, he's a respectful lad, I'm a respectful lad, and that's just the way it is. Sometimes you get the shit talking fights, you do.
Listen, best man win on the night.
It's exactly what you just said, the best man wins on the night, and that's the way that it is. There's 2 men in there, me and him, and that's it.
We got to ask the question, guys.
I think you want to fight, don't you?
I'm soft as me.
Hold up a sec, there we go. We kicked off a little bit.
But no, we don't want you to see you have a fight ahead of schedule, but obviously it is nice to hear what you do think of each other. But I've worked with Furies for quite a few years, and it is a very respectful camp as always, but obviously now's the time to get a message over to each of your opponents should you want to do that. But if you're happy just to...
How many times have you seen shouting and they can't back it up?
Most of the time.
Exactly.
You're getting in there to have a fight, but what I will promise is this is going to be a good fight, this. So tune into it, because when you talk a good fight, it never really happens. So this will be a good British title fight. And both guys have trained very hard for this fight, so tune in and watch it because it'll be exciting.
There we are, that's a message from the man himself, the words of wisdom of boxing, Mr. Peter Fury as well. Once again, just to reiterate, it is live on Channel 5, it is on Saturday, May the 12th. It's going to be a packed bout of an evening as well. There's going to be 12 bouts on the card, 11 on the undercard, heading to our main event. Very, very strong undercard as well. Headlines on the undercard, Savannah Marshall with her UK debut, Yusuf Safa, very exciting young talent as well. The return after the ban of Peter McDonough, and also the exciting young talent as well of Reece Cartwright. So a great night of boxing ahead. Once again, tickets are available right here from Bolton Wanderers Football Club from the Macron Stadium via the website eticketing.co.uk. The £40 tickets sold out, few remaining at 60. Tickets remaining at £80. There's some ringside ones available at £100, or a VIP hospitality package at £159. Looking forward to another great night of boxing brought to you by Hennessy Sports. Good luck to all of our boxers who are on the top table. We wish you a very safe journey in the ring on the 12th, and may success be with you. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. And from our team at Hennessy Sports, it's thanks and bye for now.
3 rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.